Good afternoon, my friend. Can you hear me? Good evening, Mr. Rogers. Let me know if you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty wonderful. How about yourself?
What?
Everybody's okay.
Grateful, grateful, grateful.
Lovely. And I see you got your son.
Yeah, we are
And
here. We are here. Wait a minute, how do we make us big? Uh, uh, give me a give me one of them pillows, son. Yeah, my daddy short.
oh yes.
All right. Oh man, this way. Come on, sit up.
Right now,
Take your mama phone.
Uh,
What'd you say, Jamel?
I'm just excited for another wonderful interview and
Yeah,
another
me too.
wonderful
Me too, my
conclusion to
friend.
this.
Me too.
There's been a lot of turmoil out there, but every effort we can make to put a little bit more good into the world to move us all forward.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay.
now I'm short.
You gotta come over here with daddy. Come on. Let's sit up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your mommy. I sit there, but I'm trying to make this part big. Of course, I can see Jamel. I'm trying to make us big.
I feel it.
Where's that at?
Not that one, not that one.
Where is it?
Well, I know how it works. Use on my phone and stuff. You have to. Oh, that works.
There we go.
Oh, I cannot believe it. I almost forgot to introduce you guys to these wonderful people who are watching us. You're on live right now.
All right, all
Oh,
right, all right. I'm getting the reflection off my glasses. Okay.
Actually, I'll let you guys say your names.
All right. I am Larry Rodgers. I am a pastor of ForWord Christian Church. I am also the founder of ForWord Books Publishing and Young People Moving Forward magazine. And my lovely wife, Paris, she'll be joining us. She's the co-founder, Paris Rodgers, and our son.
Langston Rodgers. Nice to meet you, everybody.
He's also a partner of a co-founder of the company as well. We are a book publishing company and family owned, and we just want to change the world one page at a time through literacy for the hearts of young people, young adults, and all people, but especially our Black and brown kids. And we're born again Christians. We can't leave that out.
Mm-hmm. Now that's a theme that's pretty common on this podcast.
All
By,
right.
by pure coincidence.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Young People Moving Forward Children's Lifestyle Magazine author
Yeah.
Larry Rogers with his son Langston and Miss Paris, who'll be joining us soon. I hope you guys are watching and enjoying. Right now we've only got a hi, but that's more than enough.
Hey, we appreciate that. We'll take that. We'll take that. Yeah, this is the magazine here. This is the latest issue out right now, featuring uh, Demi Blue for Girls. It's a youth group of young ladies that's founded by Michelle Robinson. She's the founder of Demi Blue Nails, which is a vegan nail polish, non-toxic nail polish for adults and children. So Demi Blue for Girls are featured on the latest issue of Young People Move Forward magazine, a children's lifestyle magazine through ForWord Books Publishing. This is the April through June issue, and it's a quarterly. It comes out every 3 months. So we kicked the new year off with the young men from the EMP program, which is up under the umbrella of Annie Malone Children's Services, which is headed up by Miss Keisha Lee in the St. Louis area. You know, Annie Malone been around for like 136 years, helping young families and children that are not so fortunate when it comes to housing and you know jobs. They are really instrumental in changing the lives of our uh, youth and young adults here in the St. Louis and metropolitan area. So they were featured on the cover, and they one of our executive sponsors. As you can see, they sponsored all 4 issues of the back of the magazine for 2025. So we're really excited about that. I'm trying to figure out how to make my left my right, my right my left. I don't want to cover up nobody. So yeah, man. So we're excited. And then we just have other issues. Of course, we got this issue that had this little handsome guy right there on the cover. That's my son. How
Yes,
old are you, son,
sir.
when you were on this cover?
I think I was, oh, I was definitely in the double digits. I think I was 12.
Yeah, okay, he's about 12 or 13, yeah. So, and the list just goes on and on. All the kids,
Oh,
we want to, change the lives of all our black and brown kids. Uh, as you can see, this is Micah Sanchez. This one of our greatest issues right here. This young man out of Los Angeles, California. He's part of a Christian rap group called Bond Servants. Him, his mom, dad, and sisters family group, Christian rap group. This young man right here is from Jennings, Missouri, here in the metropolitan area, graduated from Jennings High School 4.0. Mr. Javon Watkins, he's now a freshman at Harris Stowe University, one of our HBCUs. You know how that go. And we proud of this young man, Javon. Man, I'm looking forward to one day seeing my son have all these nice little, what you call them, baby? Tassels all over him and everything with a 4.0. And this lovely young lady on this issue, this is my little niece out of Los Angeles, California. She's an actress, model, and a very smart young lady and entrepreneur along with her mom. They have a makeup line, and they're doing really great things. So yeah, man. So that's just some of the magazines, and we also publish books as well. This is one of our biggest sellers right here. Young lady out of Kirkwood, Missouri, Miss Regina Latrice, Finishing Touch. She's a domestic violence survivor, and this book has done tremendously well for us. She'll be having her book release party, all white affair, May 18th, over at the Speakeasy location in St. Louis. So go on our Facebook page, Regina Latrice, or go on ForWord Books Facebook page, ForWord Books, ForWord Books, our Facebook page, and you'll get to see everything. But yeah, man, we publish books for youth and young adults and everybody, all positive, inspirational material. And as you can see, my lovely wife, Paris, has joined us. Say hi, babe.
hey, Miss Paris.
Hi, how are you, Jamil?
So if you
I'm
ever see
good.
this logo right here, this is us. That's how you spell it. ForWord Books. We got ForWord Books, ForWord Records, ForWord Christian Church. Everything is ForWord because God is the word, and everything we do for God. So put those two together, ForWord. And because you put God first, you'll go forward with an A. That's our slogan. We stand on it. We don't waver from it. We just want to change the lives of youth and young adults through literacy. Like I said earlier, one page at a time. That's what we want to do. I'm gonna let my wife add to that, sweetheart. I'm gonna let my wife add to that.
Yeah,
I
we're
got you.
we're just honored and privileged to be able to work in the publishing world with children, and it's just a blessing.
All right.
It really is a blessing.
Ready, gotta see.
One page at a time.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus. Well, of course, forward family. Now that we've got that whole backstory, we're learning what you're doing in the present. The first question to ask automatically is what inspired you to focus these creative efforts on children's literature and youth empowerment? Please tell the people.
Wow. Go ahead, Langston. You kick us off. Since you've been writing since you were 5 and reading since you was 2, kick it off.
Yeah.
Kick it off.
I believe what empowered all of us is first off, my dad, this was a message that God gave my father to start ForWord Books. And another thing that empowers us is we want to help change the world for our black and brown kids and all kids in general. We want to help them. We want to help give them a brighter future. We want to help set their path forward the way God intended the path to be. And we just want to just like my dad said, help change the world one page at a time. So yeah, that's what I strongly believe inspired us. One of the many reasons, one of the many things that inspired us to start Forward Books.
A beautiful answer. Now, I've got to ask. I see you guys at many authoring events, not only spreading your literature, but those of others with the same powerful message. But I want to know, what does your near future plan look like for this work contributing to and shaping a more compassionate, empathetic society?
I'll let my wife answer that one.
What we see in the future is pretty much what God has truly ordained us to do, and that is to put the focus really on how important literacy is, especially in this day and age. St. Louis has one of the lowest literacy rates from all around the country. And we believe that we're here to change that. Again, one book at a time, one page at a time. It's so important for us to reach the youth because it starts when they're really young. Like my husband said earlier, our son has been writing since he was, pretty much before he could even talk. He could recognize words and things of that sort. Like when he was 2 and 3 years old. And if you don't catch the kids early, they say it's like it's the, what do they say, prison to pipeline?
Preschool
It's
to
a
prison
prison
pipeline.
pipeline.
Preschool to prison pipeline. And so it's just really our mission each and every day to continue to let others know how important literacy is. And that's what we see as, what we're doing now and what we continue to hope to do in the future for many, many, many years to come, to increase those illiteracy rates.
Mhm.
Increasing those literacy rates. Now, I want to give one example of just how important it is for one to use their voice. You see,
Oh.
there was once a little songbird that wandered into a forest. In that forest stood complete silence. The songbird was surprised. There is no noise here. The songbird was used to always being able to share their voice. And they were shocked, they were scared that there was no sound being made, not knowing that the other animals had been silenced out of fear, persecution, of predation, of hunters. And that songbird began to sing. It began slowly, it began quietly, but as that song continued, for days on end, she sang more powerfully, louder, more passionately, hoping that she could inspire just one more being to make a little bit of noise. And eventually, at the time she thought that she had to give up, her vocal cords were straining, the owls started hooting. The other birds started chirping. The frogs started ing. The monkeys started beating on the trees with sticks. Rhinoceros started stomping. Various animals of all different kinds from all around the world began making noise again. Why? Because this one little songbird dared to be brave and sing. This magazine, that is your song, ForWord family.
All
And
right, we see that.
Amen.
We
I want to
receive
know
that, young
one
man. Go
what's
ahead.
oh, I want to know of one example, just one example of your magazine really touching the hearts of someone young. You can use anybody that you featured in the magazine, someone who has read it. I want to hear just one story of you using that voice?
Well, basically, it's a plethora of stories because the whole purpose of the magazine is to be a platform for all the kids to be exposed to share their accomplishments in life from a positive perspective, preferably a Christian perspective, but also inspirational academically, and it builds up their self-esteem. A lot of kids are dealing with low self-esteem. They're dealing with bullying. They're dealing with being ridiculed. They're very isolated, introverted type children. And when they see themselves on the cover of this magazine, they just light up. I mean, they light up. Their whole demeanor changes. Their confidence is raised to another level. It's just amazing to see. They just light up. You know, here in St. Louis, you know, we just recently moved back from my wife's hometown, California. Uh, but here in St. Louis, we have what you call lightning bugs at night. And I used to, as a little boy growing up here in St. Louis, I used to love catching them and putting them in jars and then putting the jar in my room at night. And I would imagine that the lightning bugs were like little stars because I've been in entertainment all my life. I've been dancing since I was born. I started traveling the world professionally with one of the biggest mega entertainers in the industry, MC Hammer. So my whole life changed at 18. But it started with having a grandmother that believed in me, family members that believed in me. I met my wife when she was a freshman at UC Berkeley. I was a struggling entertainer from St. Louis trying to make it. She was a freshman there along with my cousin. I didn't attend the school. I just came on campus to join all the parties and eat all the food. And I sat in on some classes, but the best gift I got from going to the parties was I met my wife. So her sitting and listening to me say one day I'm going to make it and become an entertainer, be famous and travel all around the world. That was inspirational to me to have somebody other than my grandmother, but really believe in me and say, hey, you can do it, you can make it. So that's what we're doing here at ForWord Books Publishing with Young People Moving Forward magazine. That's why it's a children lifestyle magazine. We focus on the kids. Now we have different columns in here that spotlight teachers that are doing great things, individuals that work with youth in the nonprofit sector. We have a sports column. My wife writes a financial literacy column. I do a book review, and our son Langston, you know, he pretty much give multiple suggestions and oversee everything. But it was inspired because we have a 14-year-old son, and you don't have to wait for somebody to give you create opportunities in the media. We didn't, well, let me say this. We didn't want to wait for the media to give our kids opportunities or our son. So we decided, because I've been writing all my life since I was, well, I ain't gonna say all my life, but since I was 12, let me create those platforms along with my wife and son. And we don't have to wait on nobody to give us opportunity. So this is for the kids. They don't have to wait because we're not one of those companies where you gotta, you know, go through a bunch of hoops and we're not a predatory publishing company where you got to pay money and do all this kind. No, if you got the talent, if you got a story, because everybody has a story, everybody, good or bad, everybody has a story. So that's what ForWord Books is here for. We publish books, but our second love is this magazine. This is really our love because me and my wife have worked with youth ever since we been married. And it started actually before we even got married. It started in '97 at the church we attended in California, Church of Jesus Christ of the Apostolic Faith. She worked with the females, I worked with the males. And so that kind of just followed us every church we attended. And we love it. You know, we didn't shy away from it, but we knew it was bigger. I remember back in '97, before we got married in '99, God spoke into my life and said that you and your wife were going to lead millions of youth and young adults in the arena of literacy and arts and performing arts. And I believe that's what God is doing for us right now. So that's what we can't just give you one child. It's changing the lives of millions of children all around the world, because even though we're headquartered here here in St. Louis, you know, we're Cali as well. So we're planning for this to go all around the world. Yeah, that's what we plan. That's our prayer, and that's what's happening.
And what lessons have you learned from these young readers and contributors to your magazine?
Uh, I learned that, like I said, everybody got a story. Everybody has a story, and everybody deserves a chance, and everybody deserves that opportunity. Nobody's perfect. We strive for perfection in an imperfect world. Only entity that's perfect is God. And so we want to continue to be that family that shows godly love, respect, and support to others. Our book that we published, our journal, which is 200-page journal, it's called Family That Prays Together, Succeeds Together. It's on Amazon. All our books, that we publish on Amazon, of course. The magazine is more direct, direct sales. But right now we're looking for all the different people to subscribe for the 2020. You can subscribe now, but we're really looking for the 2026 subscribers. Uh, for all 4 issues. It's a quarterly magazine. It only comes out 4 issues a year. And so, yeah. So if you're out there listening, and you want to support, hit us up on Facebook. Like I said, Forward Books. That's our Facebook page, or you can hit us up on Instagram, Larry, Paris, and Langston, like Langston Hughes, or it's Larry Rodgers on Instagram. Uh, it's Langston Rodgers on Instagram, and my wife, Mrs. Parrod, on Instagram, and then our YouTube page, Larry, Paris, and Langston. Get in touch with us. If you know a young child is doing great things and deserve an opportunity like this, you need to contact us because we not stopping. I got a saying, we can't stop till the casket drop. And that's what we're doing over here at ForWord Books. We are a publishing company that you can trust. There's a lot of publishing companies out here that are predatory publishing companies. They're taking advantage of people's naivete, people not knowing the business. And I've been fortunate to be in this industry professionally since I was 18, the entertainment industry. But like I said, writing since I was 12. And I wrote my first song and published it at 12 years old, and had it copywritten, all the administrative stuff and the knowledge you need to know to be a successful author. That's what's missing in the industry, but it starts with the youth. So our goal as a family is to get the youth now so that they won't have a bunch of horrible testimonies and heartbreaks, and they won't, uh, die broke because they took care of their business and they were able to leave a very wealthy estate for their family, and so on.
Oh, let me give a shout out to Eli Boy 27. He says, "God bless y'all."
Oh,
I
God bless you too. God bless
Bless
you
you
too.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, stay in touch with us. Follow us, like all those things I just mentioned. I don't know if Jamel gonna put the stuff up on the screen. I sent him all the information for people to get in touch with us.
You're
Emailed
absolutely
you.
right. I can do that.
I emailed everything to you, the email, the social media handles, our logo, everything. That way, get in touch with us. Our Facebook page, uh, everything. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's that's my personal page.
Sure.
Yeah. But they can go to the Forward Books uh Facebook page as well.
Let me find ForWord Books.
Yeah, just type it in, FORWORD books.
I put it in the chat, but it makes more sense for them to see it themselves.
And then they can email us too, forwardbooks@gmail.com. If you have any questions, you're aspiring writer. There you go. You're aspiring writer, you want to write a book. Yeah, that's us. So yeah, man. We're excited. We're back and forth from St. Louis, California. Uh, we haven't become official residents here all the way just yet. We kind of, edging towards that. But we here, we here. And hey, we just a family that's going to travel everywhere we need to travel to make things happen in the world of literacy and performing arts.
Now, this one I'm going to ask Langston because he's got a little bit less life experience,
All right.
but he has been brought up in a culture where selfishness seems to be becoming the norm. I want to ask you, young man, how do you believe that yours, your mother's, and your father's work is going to help combat this growing culture of apathy, of hatred, of bigotry?
Absolutely. I mean, first off, we have God on our side, and with God, all things are possible. And not only that, but my dad, let me tell you, my dad and my mom, they are some of the strongest people you will have ever met. They do not go down without a fight. And since I'm their son, the same goes for me. So yeah, I strongly believe that what we are doing is going to help combat the evil and impurity of the world and help turn it in to a better place because first off that is our main goal and second off like I said we have God on our side and undying determination and like I'm gonna say this and like my dad says this all the time we won't stop till the casket drop. So I strongly believe, yes, what we are doing is helping combat and destroy what the enemy is doing, helping healing the world, making it a better place, and just bringing light to where there is darkness in this world. So yes, I strongly believe that what we are doing and what my parents are doing and I is combating the impurity and selfishness in this world.
That's my boy.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Now, forward family. You've given plenty of advice, you've given resources. Don't worry, I do have the info. Your bio is actually the description. So I want to ask you just for clarification, because people are going to be looking for this. What advice would you give to other creators, entertainers, and educators who want to instill these values in young minds?
We are.
What was the question?
What advice would you give to other creators, entertainers, and educators who want to instill these values, kindness, empathy, godly love in the minds of young people?
It all starts with God. It all starts with God. It starts and it ends with God. Um, as long as you have God in your life and you follow the principles and the guidelines, which is the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you can't go wrong. And that's what we do first and foremost. We continue to trust in God and follow the instructions and the teachings that He has left us, which is the Bible. And everything that you need is right there. It's all in there. So with that at our as your forefront and your guideline, you can't go wrong with that.
And I'd like to add to that, even if you are not in a relationship with him yet, don't be discouraged. Um, don't give up hope. Don't beat yourself up. Don't look down on yourself. Don't, inflict yourself and have a war me mentality or play victim or a pity party. Encourage yourself, as the Bible says. Encourage yourself and get around good people. Just get around good people. I've traveled the world. I've been on the biggest stages of entertainment from when the Checker Dome was still over here in St. Louis in '91. I was on a major world tour and to the Great Western Forum, to Madison Square Garden, to Tokyo Dome. You can see all the stuff I've done on YouTube and traveling the world with MC Hammer and doing all that. I was the second Black Power Ranger on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the original. My son has been in multiple commercials and TV shows. My wife has done major plays and done great things. But we also understand that we're human and we're going to treat other people how we want to be treated. The Bible says you reap what you sow. So we stay humble and stay appreciative of whatever we're blessed with. We not going to turn nobody away. Now we're not going to stand for disrespect either, but we're approachable. You can talk to us and just be realistic. I just want people to do what they say and mean what they say And great things can happen for you. It's not over because you may be seasoned in age uh, or messed up. It's not over. You get another chance. You get back up, try again. I've succeeded a lot, but I also failed sometimes as well. All of us. But we know that, as my wife said, with God, there's hope. And as long as you still got breath in your body, there's a chance to change your situation. There's people that's in horrible relationships, marriages, uh, girlfriend boyfriend relationships, engaged, or people being abused, people on jobs they don't like, people in families where they're being taken advantage of and mistreated. But the key is, my wife and I and our son said, is God. Everything starts with God and should end with God. That is your foundation right there. That's your foundation. We teach our son, look, he know if we out in public and we walking, we see a penny on the ground, pick it up. Everybody right now putting boots on the ground. No, I want to pick up pennies off the ground. So, because here's the thing, what happens when you get up to the register and they say your bill is $5.01? You never thought about that, huh? So you won't regret picking up that penny when you get up to the register and they say your bill is $20.01 or $100.01. God always make a way for us, but sometimes we step right over our blessings because we think something uh, is should be bigger, but not realizing that that penny is just as big as $1 million. It's just how uh, uh, you it's just what you're faced with at that time. But that penny is just as powerful as $1 trillion, as $1 billion. And that's what we've taught our son for 14 and a half years. To be grateful, be appreciative, be respectful. Uh, and even if it comes to conflict, you may not start it, but you got to finish it. And how you finish it is the key. Um, and we just want to see people win, man. We're not naive. Everybody's not perfect. We've had some people betray us. We've had some people take advantage of the knowledge that we've been blessed with. We had some people steal from us. We had even people that profess Christianity. So I'm not going to say soon you step into the Christian arena, everything's going to be rose petals and bubblegum in the sense of life. But for us, eternal life, it will be, because a relationship with God is the only thing that guarantees an eternal life. Now, down here, you're going to have problems. So get ready for them. But because you have God, you're going to overcome those problems. And if you dissect them properly, they're going to make you stronger, wiser, and better. And that's why words are so powerful. The Bible says in the beginning was the word, and the word was God, and the word was made, and the word was God. And in John, it says that. That's part of our slogan with our company. And the Bible is the most powerful book, and it has everything you need in there to succeed. That's your blueprint for life. So um, it also says in the word that heaven and earth shall pass away, but the word shall remain. So that's why you got ForWord, because no matter what we go through in life, we know it it started with God and it's going to end with God. And the word will never fade away. You can always depend on the word of God because God is his word. And that's the most powerful thing, man. So we don't compromise our lifestyle. We don't compromise who we are. We're not begging and we're not pleading. We're trusting God, and he has made everything possible for us, one page, one day, and one page at a time.
Mm.
And see, you try to get me to preach, brother. So let me. I see.
Okay.
I
Take your
see you
time,
back.
preacher. Take your time.
Hey, what's in you gonna come out, and that's just what it is.
The power of words. Now that brings me to another heavy subject, almost as heavy as the weight of sin on our shoulders. But I digress. In our current climate, censorship of literature has been growing exponentially as a means of erasure of history, of knowledge. I want to know, as as a creator of children's literature, children's magazines, and a publisher, have you ever faced challenges related to censorship? And if so, how did you address them?
Well, been censored since I was born. I'm African American.
Mhm.
So there's not ignore that elephant in the room. But because I don't give nobody control over my life or my wife or my son, because I'm the head of my family, my wife is my helpmeet, our son is our assistant. We don't put ourselves in those positions to give someone control. Only entity that has control is God in our lives. So we don't put ourselves in that position. So we're not chasing fame, fortune, popularity, exposure. We're not chasing none of that. It's like an old movie. It says, "Build it, and they will come." God told us to do it, so He gonna make provision for the vision. So we write the books, we publish the books, and whosoever will, let them come. That's just how we look at it, man. We don't get into chasing certain platforms down, or from media to print to press to radio to even this opportunity. I didn't see this coming. I just happened to come support one of my dear friends that's been a brother to me ever since I was 15, Pastor Tracy Bryant and his lovely wife Levita Bryant of a Renewed Life Ministries over in Fairview Heights at their church. I came to support him because that brother has been one of the biggest supporters for the Rodgers family, which is me, my wife, and my son, and the ForWord Books publishing empire. And so I said it earlier, aforementioned, do unto others as you had them do unto you. So I wasn't coming over there to get nothing. I was coming over there to give something. And because I did that, well, blessings came my way. I met you. I met Brother Jamel, and you just ran up to me out of the blue. Hey, I have a podcast. And hey. And I was like, okay, well, come on, little brother. Let's do it. And I'm not a respected person. So you came up to me and said, let's set up this interview. We set it up. Now, if some major, just say another, because everything's major to me. So just say another media platform called me and said, oh, we want to do what? And just say their numbers are bigger than yours and they're more popular than you. Well, my wife can speak for me on that. I'm going to keep my word with Jamel, and they got to wait because I told Jamel that I would be ready to be interviewed on this day, April the 11th at 7 o'clock. And I had to call you, text you to remind you about some things. But where am I right now? Being interviewed by my brother and my friend, Mr. Jamel McKinney. And I would hope everybody had that mindset. Now, I'm not naive to think that everybody does, because a lot of people are respected persons, and a lot of people are novice and they don't know. But some people just opportunists in the wrong way. There's nothing wrong with being an opportunist, but not in the wrong way. That's where the problem comes in at. You have to seize opportunities and moments as they come. So no, to answer your question, we don't put ourselves in a position to be handcuffed or hindered by any platform. So know that no. And a lot of these major institutions feel that they can do that because they're like, the 10-ton gorilla in the room, and people bow down to them and just lose themselves, like, from celebrities to corporations. But we're not going to do that. God, there's a scripture that says, "Well, profits a man to gain the whole world, and what, baby?
Lose his soul."
All right. So we're not going to do that. And hey, if this was my last day on earth, I've lived a great life, brother. I share with you earlier. I've been on the biggest stages you could ever be on. One stage will cover 100 lifetimes of entertainment. I performed at the Tokyo Dome in front of 90,000 people, 3 nights in a row, 90,000. And I have receipts, as the young people say, to back it up, right, babe?
Right.
My wife get on me because I don't toot my own horn and I don't share what I've done, because my grandmother, Ophia Mamie Rodgers, raised me to help. She raised me to know that when you've been blessed, you reach back and you bless somebody else.
Mhm.
And my wife is that way. That's one of the main attributes of my wife that made me fall in love with her. She reminded me so much of my grandmother, not age-wise or anything, but just my wife she's a very young-looking young lady, but she has a very old soul of maturity about her. And we're instilling that in our son as well, to be, young, but be wise in your thinking. So no, Yeah, I hope that answers your question. I know that was a mouthful, my brother, but no, we don't play those games. Nah, we count everything as a blessing, and every opportunity to share what we're doing is a blessing. Whether if it's just somebody walking up to me saying, "Hey, I saw you, or I heard you, or I read one of your books, or I got the magazine." Like I said, right now, we asking people to subscribe to the magazine. It's only $50 a year, so that's it. You get 4 issues. $50 a year. Your issue come to you. And once you get that magazine, as you can see, it's the size of, we deliberately designed it in the size of Jet magazine. So you can have that nostalgia. When I was growing up, I'm 53 years old. So when I was growing up, grandmama had Jet and Ebony on her kitchen table, on her living room table, on the counter. And so that's what we want people to do with young people moving forward magazine. When you walk in the house, we want to see all the issues of the magazine just spread across the table. And that is going to inspire our young kids to do something positive and inspirational and amazing with their lives. So yeah, so come on, man. People spend $50 on a hamburger. So so we just ask people, to DM us, email us, and say, hey, yeah, we want to subscribe. For the 20 even you can subscribe now, or for the 2026 year. We taking subscriptions now because we cut out the middleman. We're not putting our, like I said, we're not putting ourselves in a position to have to depend on all the different platforms that if you don't do what they say, they want to try to ban you, like you mentioned, or try to censor you. And no, we're not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So I don't want to go anywhere that's going to try to make me denounce who I love and what I stand for. And it's like me, somebody saying I can't love on this young lady right here that I've been in her life 37 years, 25 married. It's not happening. Or denounce this young man. I've been knowing him since I've been knowing him for 14 and a half years, right?
Hmm.
Okay. I got to put that half on there because he'd be 15 in November. So get ready to start freshman high school this freshman year. So we're excited. And we're I'm very proud of my son. He's a gamer. He know how to code. He sings. He acts. He got a little dancing in him. But he's an awesome anime artist. He loves to draw. He loves anime. And he's a huge WWE fan, like his daddy. And yeah, man, I love my family, man. God and my family, that's my world. And others, nobody is a stranger to me or Paris or Langston.
Hmm. Nobody is a stranger. Now that sentence brings me directly to my next question. See, magazine subscriptions are powerful and they go places. But one area that touches every single place in the world, save North Korea and Guam, is social media. Place that we've seen your Facebook and we know you have a YouTube, but we want to know if the ForWord family is expanding onto other platforms to send that word forward towards other areas of this great world of ours.
Well, it's like what you just said, Jamel. You name one of the platforms. You don't need all of them. You really don't. You just got to be consistent. Um, and the standard ones we're we're part of. We're getting ready to start a Forward Books Instagram page, also a LinkedIn. Also, uh, the thing is, once you see me, this queen, this prince right here, the guy right here, you see all three of us, and if you see all three of us, you're gonna see God in us, and you're gonna see ForWord. So we're not hard to find, brother. We're not hard to find at all. So yeah, just reach out to us on Forward Books on Facebook. Email us forwardbooks@gmail.com and say, hey, I want to subscribe. And all you got to do is email us and we'll email you back and share with you the payment method to subscribe and get your address and you're on the list. And you'll receive your copy every month without fail. Because we big on integrity, man. That's what got to change. Our race gets a bad rap a lot, but that's just a bunch of malarkey. Don't fall for that. Uh, we are beautiful and fearfully and wonderfully made. Don't fall for the nonsense out there. Uh, uh, there are some dads out here that love And there are some dads out here that love their children full time, like me. There are some husbands that love their wife full time, like me. And all brothers not out here clowning and acting up. And I want my son to see me. I told you, I think I shared with you, I am the first male role model that my son should aspire to be like. Nobody is going to teach him anything before I do. You know, his mama don't know how to teach him how to be a man. She know how to love him as a mother and nurture him and cook and then do all the great things and educate him, you know, because he's homeschooled. My wife does an excellent job of homeschooling him. Uh, but I'm a man, and one day he will become a man. So it starts with me. And he's one of my greatest accomplishments in this world. Other than God, my wife, my son is one of my greatest accomplishments. And that's no fluff, that's facts. And that's from the heart. And it's intentionally done that way because I want other families, no matter what your race, I want you to see that God is real and love is real and family is real, you know? And sometimes you got to love certain individuals from afar. But, you know, because I got family members that we not in direct contact with each other or constantly in contact with each other, but I still love them. And sometimes you have to love people from afar. But this immediate family right here, I'm not letting nothing come in between that, not even myself.
Hmm. Now, things coming in between, that might be a topic when you get to the extremely goofy movie part of every child's life. You guys remember the extremely goofy movie? What was the main theme of that beginning of that movie? It was Max going to college and Goofy having a terrible time coping with it. Of course, I'm referring to Langston getting older. You see, Christian publishers have a stigma for avoiding hard topics. And I want to know, this is a more personal question. I want to know how you, as an author, are going to approach tackling these topics with your teenager so he'll be ready for them when he gets of age.
Oh, wow. Well, we're not waiting till you get of age. We share with him now. You know, me and his mother, we've never did the gaga goo goo talk with our son. From the moment, which six we are?
I was being straightforward.
Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead. Elaborate on that, babe.
Well, yeah, of course we loved him, loved on him, and you know, from a baby to a teenager now, and with every age that he became, we taught him appropriately. We gave him the information that he needed so that he could understand it at the age that at each age level that he became. Even now, as a teenager, and with all the things that are that teenagers are faced with now, especially with social media and just all the kind of different topics like bullying and things of that sort. We teach him and let him know, you know, what the world is out there, what's out there in the world, and we teach him how to respond or not respond to the things that come up in, you know, the different scenarios. You know, we teach him to be respectful. We teach him to be, you know, polite. We teach him how to respond to negativity if it, you know, if and when it comes his way. We just teach him, you know, we teach him how to be in this imperfect world. There are many things that the world does that we don't do, but we still have to let him know the things that the world does so that he knows, you know, how to respond or how to not get involved with the things of this world. But he still needs to know about them. You know, racism and just everything that he
Sin.
yes, it's basically saying that he's going to be faced with, and that we're all facing, not just, you know, him as a teenager, but we're all facing those things. But it's been our job since even before he came out of my womb, to teach him these things.
Yeah, and with a name like Langston, come on, man, we got to stay on him. He got one of the greatest names ever created, Langston, from one of the greatest poets ever to pick up a pen, Langston Hughes. So he knows the weight and the responsibility of his name and his last name, you know, and this family and his relationship with God. He was baptized, so he understands, and he teaches us things too, you know, like. You know, his love, like I said, for anime and gaming and all that, he got me excited about. I find myself trying to, you know, not trying, but I find myself finding tournaments for him to join. He just was a part of a gaming organization, BGG, Brothers Got Game, ran by my buddy Robert Powell. Look them up. They have tournaments at the St. Louis and county libraries for free. So you got a very diverse audience of young boys and girls coming together, gaming, and I sit back in awe as a parent, along with my wife, and just watch him do what he do. That's not my world. When I was growing up, you know, most I played was Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man and Atari, but now they got so many different levels to this. It just blows your mind. I can't keep up. Now it can mess with my ears a lot here at home when he playing Fortnite and all that stuff. I have to tell him, hey, turn it down. But just if he's into it, we into it. As long as it don't go against what we stand for and hurt nobody. He and my wife said it. You know, we teach him to understand there's negativities out here, but still show respect. Still show respect, regardless if you don't believe in it or support it or even understand it. Still show love and respect, because that's what God would want us to do. Because He said to do that. With loving kindness have I drawn thee. And so by being a person that shows unconditional love, which is agape love, that doesn't mean be a pushover or a doormat for nobody. He know how to defend himself. He's a black belt in Taekwondo. Let me make that clear. But I'm glad he didn't grow up like I did having to grow up in the streets. You know, he's lived a very five-star lifestyle. And I thank God and my wife for assisting me in making that happen for him. So, yeah, you know, our goal as parents is just to set him up for success, to, you know, train him up in the way he should go, and when he's old, he shall not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. That's our job. Now, it's his job to apply all those things. And I'm going to let him talk about that. Go ahead, son.
What was the question again? That I pulled a mom.
Yeah, you know, do you appreciate the teachings
Oh,
but I think
absolutely.
he said it earlier, you know, he pretty much said it, but you elaborate some more.
Yeah, I truly appreciate the teachings that my parents have given me. Because first off, their teachings given to me by God. And who doesn't love being taught by God. But regardless, just having both my parents with me to help guide me is a truly wonderful thing, and I'm grateful for all of the advice and wisdom that my parents have given me. Because like my parents said, and I'm saying in my own words, they're always straightforward with me, and they help me understand it in the best way possible. They don't, as the saying goes, they don't beat around the bush when it comes to these type of things. They always help me understand it to the best of my capabilities for future circumstances and future events for what's going to happen to me down the line of my life. I'm down my lifeline, and and every day I'm just grateful because I know because I don't know when it's gonna happen because nobody knows what the future holds for them, only God. But I know that when that time comes, I know exactly what to do because of the guidance and wisdom brought upon me by my father and my mother. So yes, I'm really truly grateful for all of the wisdom that they have given me and have given me, are giving me, and will continue to give me.
Yeah, and if he get out of line, he get disciplined too. He know that. We don't sugarcoat nothing with him, because he's a young teenage boy that will one day become a man, and we had to keep it real with him, and he get checked every now and then. He got to get checked, because he gonna be influenced by some outside influences that may try to make him think one thing, but I got a certain look. It'll bring him back to reality real quick. I got a certain look, and his mama got it too. And so, but for the most part, man, so far so good. And that's all we can ask for, is just continue to be led by God as a family unit. Because we have fun, man. Everything ain't just church, 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 man. We have a ball, man. We love going to Sam's, eating all the free samples.
One time I had a whole pizza
Yeah,
slice.
yeah, we love going to all these beautiful parks here, and in California, we always on the beach, and uh, we travel together. We do family stuff, man. So that's what I said. We just want to be the poster family for other families that may not feel like family, but you family, and you need to do things like a husband and wife and their children would do, and enjoy those things that they like doing. My wife likes certain programs. I may not like them, but because she like them, I'll watch it, and vice versa. They know me. If you want to find me in a book. I'm either writing or reading. You can find me in the bookstore, the library. That's I ain't got no side. Only side pieces I got is chicken
Delicious.
and mashed potatoes and macaroni and trays and some books. She ain't got to worry about that. Them days over, man. Like I said, I'm in this for real. This is no fluff. This ain't no gimmick. This ain't no trick. Is for Christ I live. For Christ I'm gonna die. And I'm respectful. It's just like, hey, I play my role. I play my part. You ask for my help now. If you don't want the truth, don't call Larry Rodgers. And if you don't want, the real, don't call Larry Rodgers, because I keep it 100, because I just can't do the lying thing. I think that's cowardly, and it's just not worth it. And so that's one thing in this family, we big on that. Don't tell no lies. My wife, she don't play that. Don't lie. Yeah. That's the devil's territory, not ours. Yeah. Yep. But it's about the youth, man. It's about these kids. Hey, all the people that's watching right now, like I said, hit us up. Get in touch with us. Please subscribe. And yes, I said please, because I got manners. Please subscribe to Young People Moving Forward magazine. I promise you, your child will be inspired. And you will be inspired as a parent just to see our Black and brown kids and all kids put in a positive light, because the media has such a negative narrative of Black and brown kids, and we have to change that. This is not we are Christians, but this is a magazine. So this is not your church bulletin. It's professionally done. It's on the level of any major publication, from Essence to Vogue to Ebony to Jet to Vanity Fair to Forbes magazine, all the major platforms, because we're professionals and we want to do things with godly excellence and professionalism. So yes, 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 yes. Me and my son will be on STL TV this April 17th, being interviewed on there, talking about these same great things as well, about how important literacy is. And my wife mentioned it, aforementioned it earlier. St. Louis has one of the highest illiterate rates around, and so we got to change that narrative. We have to change that. And we're going to change it one page at a time. So if you know anything about books, books are everywhere, everywhere. I think that's why God started with the Bible. That's how important books and reading is. They're everywhere, from preschools to prisons. When you go to the doctor, you're going to see a magazine or a book. When you're in the waiting room, if you're going to get your car repaired, you're going to see a magazine or a book. If you're at the library, of course, you're going to see books. Books are everywhere. Now, the key is, are you picking them up and open them and reading? Because it's a wealth of knowledge. And the number one book is the Bible. That's it. That's it. So this is not some fly-by-night publishing company, man, ForWord Books. We are here as long as God will allow us to breathe. And we're going to help everyone that wants to publish books on a positive, inspirational level, young, adults as well, and children books. We publish children books. We have a beautiful children book that we written as a family, Red, White, and Blue. That's on Amazon, Larry, Paris, and Langston. And then we also publish Councilwoman, uh, Berkeley, Missouri Councilwoman Willie Mae Anthony, her book. It's an anti-bullying book. It's called The Duck That Was Afraid to Swim. And we have like 10 authors on our roster. Like I said, I mentioned Regina Latrice earlier. We have Diana Bethany. Her book is about marriage. We have Bridget Ledesma. Her book is about conquering fear. We have Miss Greta Bennett. Her book is about being a caregiver for her elderly mother before she passed, who had Alzheimer's. We have, yeah, I mentioned Regina. Her book is about being a domestic violence survivor called Finishing Touch. Oh man, who else do we have? I named, yeah, yeah. Who? Yeah, and that's it. Yeah. So our roster is steady growing, man, and we helping you know, change lives through literacy. Yeah.
And representation.
Oh yeah,
See,
there you go. I'll take that representation. ForWord books.
ForWord books. So
Yeah.
you guys made a very good point with that. Social science studies all over tell us that representation is important because it affects children's self-worth.
Yeah.
That is why depicting our young people as heroes rather than just stereotypes in any form of media
Yeah.
is very important.
Yeah, very important, man. And we all need help. So speaking of help, I want to give a shout out to all the advertisers. Oh, that's another thing I want to mention. You can advertise in the magazine as well. So if you just have a business, a small business, and you want to advertise, get in touch with us. We want to thank Mr. Julius B. Anthony, who's my big brother and mentor. He's the founder of St. Louis Black Authors of Children Literature Incentive, and also the Believe Project. I want to thank him. I want to thank who else? Mr. Dwayne James. They having the Ferguson run coming up in May. Want to thank them for sponsoring us. And we want back to Julius. Want to thank him for sponsoring the magazine. We want to thank who else in here? We want to thank Miss Michelle Robinson from Demi Blue. Of course, her girl's on the cover. And we want to thank my dear sister Kathy. She is the proprietor of one of the oldest restaurant, one of the oldest restaurants in Clayton. It started back in 1966. It's called the Posh Nosh. Go over there and get one of the best pastrami sandwiches. All their sandwiches are good, but that pastrami puts you on your feet. Yeah. Go there in Clayton. Go support her. Yes. The Posh Nosh. See, I got it, and they got something else now. Now they want to get that pastrami. That pastrami make you want to slap your mommy. And can't forget my girl, my dear friend Ariel Biggs. She is the proprietor of Biz Biz Kids, and she worked with a bunch of kids that's doing entrepreneurial things here in the St. Louis area. Powerful young lady. If you got a child that's an entrepreneur, you need to get in touch with her on Facebook, Ariel Biggs. And it's just amazing the things that she's doing with these kids. I love it. It's just amazing, man. Check her out. That's her ad as well in the magazine. Who else we got in here? Man. Oh, my girl, Miss Tamika over at the Beauty Boot Camp for girls. They got a summer boot camp that's coming up, and she's the proprietor of Locks and Glory over in the Delmar Loop. Go support her if you want to get them good locks like my son. Now these were done by Whitney, but Locks and Glory, they'll hook you up too. And they having a boot camp for girls where they can come and learn. And it's a boot camp, a camp, and they can learn about doing locks and hair and all things in that arena of natural hair. So support them as well. And we have coming up on 20 years, ICYT, which stands for Inner City Youth Tutoring. And this is an amazing program. 20 years. This is my dear friend, Mr. Kim Love and his wife. This is their organization, ICYT. Look them up as well. They supported us in the magazine, sponsored as well. And of course, last but not least, ForWord Books always sponsors. And then we just have a bunch of great articles in there, man. This article on Demi Blue for girls, it's amazing. Looking forward to their release. Book signing for the magazine. It's going to be April 19th. Go to Demi Blue for Girls on Instagram or Michelle Robinson on Facebook. It's free. Look up all the information. Bring your little girl out. They're gonna do nails and all the all the stuff my wife do. Uh, it's gonna be great, and they'll be there signing the magazine, and you can buy the magazine that day as well and purchase it, and just buy it in bulk, man. Like I said, some people y'all can buy a whole box. It's only $10 a magazine. You can give them out to everybody, you know, and we appreciate your help. I ain't trying to turn this into an infomercial, but you have not because you ask not, and we have to let people know what you're doing, and this is what we're doing. We are spreading the love of literacy and reading one book and one page at a time, because readers are what?
Leaders.
Readers are leaders. And my wife Cheryl, I got to keep reiterating this, that if you're not able to read if you are not reading strongly by the third grade, problems. Do you know statistically private prisons are setting up their blueprints and plans years down the line to build $1 trillion private prisons based on if your child can read by the third grade? Yeah. And see, people don't know. In California, they're paid to fill up the seats in the classrooms, but also in the prisons, they pay to fill up the beds.
Mm-hmm. The
So
private
which
system.
one? You either want to read a book or have somebody putting money on your books. And I'm not talking about school books.
Mhm.
Well, I prefer that you do the former instead of the latter. And so we're going to be used as a family to help kids fall in love with reading and writing and tell your story. As I mentioned earlier, everybody has a story. Even you got a story, Jamel. You got a story, young man, and you're a very people person, so you need a book yourself. You're a very people person. You're always out there in the trenches helping everybody and doing great things. And yeah, books change lives, man. I've seen being an author has allowed my family and I to go, us being authors, have allowed us to go into some major arenas and through some major doors. And we just want to see that for other people as well. Yeah. And we want to be successful. Don't get me wrong. We're not doing this for free 99. We're doing it because we called to do it, and we want to be successful at it. Because the more we're successful at it, the more people we can help, from a charitable perspective.
Exactly. Micah 6:8 tells us to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly.
Amen.
Who does Jesus say will inherit the earth? The needy, the meek, the hungry. Those are the people that we need to support, and they cannot do it alone. We all need a little bit of help.
See what? Hey, come on now. Hey, you trying to make me hungry now? Thank God we're not fasting right now. You would have just ruined our whole fast, Jamil. Thank you, Jesus. We're not, there it is. Yeah, put them all up there. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you doing that. There we go. There we
City
go.
youth.
There we go. Okay, you got that one. Let's keep it going. You put the posh up there. Let's put Demi Blue.
Demi Blue.
There we go. Oh, look at you. You've been working. Look at you, boy. All right. Bring that flyer up. Go for the event on the 19th. Yeah. Who else? Let's put YBK ybkday.org.
YB.
YB, the letter Y, the letter B, the letter K, day.org. That's Young Biz Kids. Yeah, we want all our sponsors up there. And then also put up Locks of Glory. There you go. Let that roll for a minute. There you go. There go Miss Ariel. There go my friend. She doing great things with these kids, man. If your child is a young entrepreneur and got a business or have an idea, she can help them get it off the ground. And if they write it, and she write and help publish children books as well, from an entrepreneur's perspective. And then let's throw up Locks of Glory. Yeah, Locks of Glory. That's my friend Tamika. And that talks about what she's doing, the beauty boot camp for girls.
Oh yeah.
Go to there, bring up her website, Locks of Glory. Hey, boy, you on it, boy. I told my wife I think I'm gonna put you on payroll. I told my wife that, didn't I tell you that, babe?
Sure.
The day we came home from seeing you at Trey's event, I said, I think I'm at to hire this brother. Because he gonna help us get the word out about ForWord books, ForWord books, ForWord books, ForWord books. Changing lives one book and one page at a time.
May 31st, glory thing.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
Who else do we have?
Back to the registry. Let's get ForWord. Going back to that ForWord page. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see, there go a lot of our catalog right there. You just keep strolling. You'll see all our authors and all their books. You know. Yeah. We're the most affordable for hybrid traditional book publishing. Nobody can beat us. We have the greatest royalty rate. Nobody can beat us. And we love God and people. So we cater to our authors. It's like a partnership, right, babe? Tell them, babe.
Partnership.
It's partnership, huh, Langston?
Partnership.
All right.
We partner with them.
Yeah. So a lot of these authors you see are from California, St. Louis, Kirkwood, Phoenix, New Mexico, Vegas. Yeah. Worldwide.
Worldwide. Just like the influence that we need to change things for the better.
There you go. Hey, I know that family. Hey, they look familiar. Somebody
Are
much
you
taller.
sure?
Somebody much taller. I don't know why I keep getting so tall. Yeah, right.
Well, I think this guy might be beating you.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, right.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Yeah, he got me.
I think he is.
Yeah, but he know who the boss is. I don't care how tall he get. Ain't that right, son?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah.
My friends, I'm not even gonna lie to you. That is the end of my questions tonight.
Yeah, you did a great job, brother. Great job, Mr. Jamel. This was fun, man. We enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Enjoyed it. It was fun. My son said, "What'd you say, son?"
This is awesome. This was awesome.
This was awesome.
I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And it's I was excited because you reminded one of our dear friends for over 20 years, Mr. Johnny Houston. Y'all could be twin brothers, I'm telling you. Y'all got the same characteristics and everything, man. Y'all. But I remember when I first met you when you were hosting Pastor Bryant's event. I said, "Is that Johnny?" I told my wife. We thought Johnny flew in from Houston. His last name Houston. He actually lives in Houston, but he used to live here in St. Louis. But yeah, man, thank you, young man. And I'm serious about talking with you about helping us spread the word more about the magazine.
I'd love to. The more media, the merrier.
Yeah, appreciate that. So we may have want to talk to you about a general manager position. So we'll talk off camera. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm
All
pretty
right.
good at managing things. Just ask my old boss.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you got fired.
Did you throw the email up there and phone number too? If somebody want to get in touch with us.
Oh,
314-732-6652. 314-732-6652. 314-732-6652. ForWord Books is my direct number, Larry Rodgers. Or you can email us at forwardbooks@gmail.com. forwardbooks@gmail.com.
The people have got it.
All right. Good
I got
night.
a JJ. I don't know what JJ means, but that was the response.
What'd he say?
J. J.
Oh, okay. Okay. Jamming for Jesus.
Sure.
All right. Well, good night, man. Thank you for everything.
Godspeed, ForWord family. You are loved, you are appreciated, and you will do amazing things.
Amen.
Thank you.
Till next
Thank
time.
you.
Take
Next
care.
time.
Peace.
Take care.
All right.